Hi, welcome to the Uncut 90. I'm your host, Ruki, and I'm here today with some special analysts. We're going to start off with someone who hasn't been here in a while. Brian, I'm going to come to you. Thanks for joining us.
Hey guys! As the top of the week, it's nice to have the call to come to this podcast to give my opinion. I'm excited to see the new faces.
Nice.
Yes, a title that we don't ever
I mean,
give
it's not
anyone.
a title. It's just what happened. Not I'm not reaching out for. I'm not reaching. I'm just saying what happened.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know you're excited. You've
I
probably
mean,
never had this amount of points before in
I mean,
FPL, but we're gonna we're gonna move on to Vic.
Man, I'm so happy to be back. It's been what, almost 3 weeks. I have no one has heard my voice, my opinions. I know you guys miss me, so I'm happy to be back. So let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, Mandem, I'm going to come to you. Thanks for joining
Hey,
us.
hey, what's up, everybody? The fans have spoken, and I'm cut. Listen, so they pulled me over here last minute, but I'm here for the fans anytime, man. I'll pull up, ground up to the top, man. Them Z, let's go.
Hey, listen, man. Before it was there's an agenda against you. Now you're back, and we're still throwing shots. I don't
No,
understand.
I'm saying I'll show up anytime. That's what I'm just emphasizing. That man, I'll be here for the fans. I
Mm-hmm.
do it for them.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Um, don't know who your fans are, but George,
Hey,
gonna
it's
come to
Lil
you.
Pep back again, ground up, grrr, to the universe. We're back again.
To the
Let's
top,
go.
to the
I'm here
top.
to push all my agendas, bro. Let's go.
Great, thank you. And last but certainly not least, Emeka.
Yeah, guys, it's the Bad Boy CEO here. As you guys know, I don't know, it's a toss up between me and maybe like Thierry Henry for who the greatest people on the planet is right now. So I'm just saying, you guys are so privileged to have me on this podcast. I'm so happy to be here. I have my counterpart here, Brian, who similar to me saw the green lights or the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm just glad he's here. Maybe like minds. I don't know what's going on. It's all just starting to make sense.
Am I
But
not part of that?
good to
Am I
be here.
not
No,
part of?
Vic, chill. No, Vic, chill. So, good to be here, and I'm happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Wow, a
Mecca, don't forget,
comparison to
I'm still above you on this table, so you better
Right,
respect.
right. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
a
No
comparison to Henri. That's definitely a interesting way to start the podcast today. We're going to start off with just a quick recap of some of the Champions League games that happened this week. Vic, I'm going to come to you. Chelsea versus Salzburg. This was Potter's first game in charge, and it was a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, man.
What were your thoughts?
I watched the game. Chelsea looked energetic. Movement wise, we were actually moving the ball better than we have all season. You know, we didn't get the result we wanted. Was a on uncharacteristic mistake from one of our best defenders, Thiago.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to get the ball. I think his leg got stuck in the grass and he couldn't like kick the ball away. But overall, the game was not bad. Coaching wise, Porter. We've all seen what he's done in Brighton. His game style and
I really wanted him to win though.
yeah, I actually did want him to win. Because we actually didn't play bad as a team. Overall, we didn't play bad. We just couldn't finish in some chances. Some open plays where we needed to cross the ball. We didn't do it. We had some players who just wanted to play with the ball the whole game. I don't know Chelsea. I don't know what's wrong with us this season. We're not playing
So
our best football.
you're already seeing some differences with
I'm
Potter.
definitely. I'm seeing some
Okay.
differences. It's the first game. I'm not gonna say, he's gonna go off, but it's the first game. From the first game alone, we look like we're eager to actually like move the ball. I don't know if it's a new coach energy. Every time there's a new coach, these players tend to like put in the best foot forward. But overall, Chelsea looked good. We didn't get the result we wanted. So hopefully the next game, I don't know who we're playing next in Prem. We'll see.
Palace.
Palace. That's gonna be a tough game because those boys are hungry too. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can keep gelling, and the boys can keep playing together, and all the selfish play is not really necessary. It, we have so many selfish players in my team, and we need to like start playing
That's an
together.
interesting point that you brought up. Who do you feel is selfish on your team?
I just feel like the whole team in general. I don't think it's like one specific person. When people see players who are making runs, they tend to like just hold the ball longer for like no good reason. You see the player making a run, just give the pass. Even if the pass doesn't go, at least you saw the run and you actually tried to make that pass. It's not about you seeing the run and turning around and giving it to the person on the left, or going back to the goalkeeper. Looking at that Champions League game, Kepa had more touches than Aubameyang. That shouldn't be happening. You get
That's a
me?
problem.
Like the ball gotta, it needs to be moving. When you see your striker is moving, you gotta feed him. There's a reason why they
Yeah.
brought a center forward now. Use him, so the team can actually function. You can have a center forward and still playing like you don't have a striker. It doesn't make any sense. You know. But overall, the game looked good. The boys looked like they had more energy. I'm just hoping to see, better improvement from us, moving forward.
Yeah. Mandem, did you get a chance to watch that game? Chelsea versus
No,
Salzburg?
yeah, I just watched like about 15 minutes, and I didn't go on to watch the game. I wasn't very much intrigued to watch the
Invested.
game. Yeah, I wanted to see how Potter would just line up and how he, bring out a new team that is not Brighton. I feel like I don't think any Chelsea fan should be expecting like a serious U-turn immediately from Potter. It's the same players, but sometimes, like you said, the same players will do something different from for
For a
for
new
different
coach.
managers. So yeah, Chelsea is gonna have like a few more hiccups, like 2 to 3 games that will be like not so balanced before they will come back. And like he said, the Palace is a tough test. That Palace game is going to be a tough test. If Chelsea wins the Palace game, then they can build on that momentum. But
Hmm.
if they lose or draw that game, nature is just going to take its course. They'll still need like some 2 3 games to put things together. So I don't really want to judge Porter's first game to be a draw. I feel like he needs time to learn the players. The players get to know his information and what he wants to put out on the field. So yeah, I didn't watch match, so I cannot very much judge his first game, so to speak.
My whole thing is
Emeka, I
like,
feel like sorry, one second, George. Emeka, I feel like you had something to say.
Yeah, guys. You guys all sound brilliant. I love the flow. Anyways, I want to address a couple things. One of which is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now that he's at Chelsea, I just want to say I'm really happy for Chelsea. I'm glad that they got this guy who's a bust. Um, Now, as you guys know, I am an avid believer in blacks and Africans in the diaspora. Bad, hence the organization Bad Boys. For those that didn't know. Um, and so I'm hoping that this dude can make me eat my words essentially, and prove me wrong by all means.
I
But
mean, I feel like he was pretty successful at Barcelona.
no problem. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I mean, if he was that great, I don't think they would have needed Lewandowski. But hey, you know what? Let's just say he was great, but they still could use, or maybe Barca just wanted even more talent. But we
I
both
think
know
with
that.
the Lewandowski thing, right? Not to cut you off, Lewandowski wanted to leave, and I don't think any team wouldn't want to have Lewandowski. He
Right.
wanted to leave,
Lewandowski is
and he wanted to go to
Lewandowski.
Barcelona.
Hmm.
No,
Like
I
he made
agree.
his mind clear. So
I
I think
agree.
it's not because of Alba not being up to
Good
par. That's why
enough.
they went
Right.
in
I
for
Please,
no
let's make
for
problem.
sense here,
Lewado.
bro. Let's not
No
come here
problem.
just to talk like we're smart and just say rubbish,
Yeah,
please.
I
yeah.
actually have a question.
Let's
I actually have a question.
No problem. No
let's
problem. But let me
make
finish my
sense.
statement,
All
please,
right.
before you guys all cut me off altogether. I think that you guys are holding this Potter guy in high regard, and obviously I hope that he does very well. But right now he's been dealt a couple cards that, respectfully, are going to be very difficult cards for him to deal with. One is the age of the team. The general age of Chelsea used to be young. Now these guys are old bums. For some reason, the Chelsea squad's average age now is quite high. So I'm actually curious to see what happens now because if you look, Thiago Silva here, Aspilicueta there, Aubameyang there, Kovacic here, the squad age is actually kind of old. Yes, they have youngins here and there, but Potter is actually used to playing with like a younger bunch of guys. Respectfully, I think he might struggle with that. That's one, and then two. I don't know, man. I haven't seen dynamism to Potter's play. I know Brighton figured out a way to kind of like play fast football, and they sort of started to make it look fluid and that, but ultimately, I don't think that Potter has an actual style of play. Like, you can see Pep and tell you, okay, you can see Pep and okay, this is how Pep plays. You can see Klopp, you say, okay, this is how Klopp plays. You can see Arteta, say this is how he plays. But there isn't a style that I can affiliate to Potter. And respectfully, I watched that game against, who did they play? The 1-1 game. Remind me again. Sorry.
Salzburg.
Yeah, Red Bull Salzburg. Respectfully, guys, Salzburg is actually not a good team. Like, they are a good team in Austria, and that's where it stops. That game was supposed to be a blowout 3-0 game for you to come and solidify and let everybody know that you've arrived. And I still saw the formation, and it was still just a very basic stuff. So I get it, we're going to give him more time, but I'm just saying that we shouldn't have too many we shouldn't have high expectations of this guy, because one, the cards that he has been dealt with is tough, and then two, he doesn't really have an identity for himself yet. So I don't see the progress that you guys seem to be wanting to see here. So let's not force progress on Potter, please. Let's just actually sit back and just really give him time and see what he does. Because y'all are going
Okay.
crazy.
Before I go to you, Vic, I'm gonna go to George. I know he had wanted to make
Yeah,
a
so
statement
like,
earlier.
yeah. Emeka. See, this is my problem, right? Emeka will say stuff like this, and then you think he said like something very profound. You understand? What you just chatted was like a bunch of garbage, bro. No cap.
Rubbish.
Right?
Fair
Like,
enough.
since when did having 3 or 4 30-year-olds in your team
Make the
become
whole
such a
team
big
old.
deal? Is it because now
Mhm.
Arsenal have a younger team, so now everyone needs to have a younger team? No,
Yeah, playing
that shouldn't be the
15-year-olds.
case.
So, like, what?
And yeah, Potter, like, I think he needs time. I think he definitely needs time. But I think he does have a style of play, right? His style of play is, he also keeps the ball. He also moves in transition. And he's also like an attacking team. He's not defensive. He's a very attacking minded manager. So like Potter, I think he's going to do well with the Chelsea team. I saw that like the first thing he did with his first lineup was that he dropped Mendy and then brought in Kepa. That alone should tell you the kind of manager that he is. He's trying to start play from the back. Kepa is good with his feet. That's why Mendy's not on the bench. Now my question to Victor is that going to be the case from now onwards?
That's the thing.
I
That's
think
the
that was
thing. I
just a
don't know.
Champions League, man.
No, I don't think so, man. I actually don't.
No, because Mendy was dropped before he even came on. Mendy was dropped by Tuchel in the first Champions League game. Kepa played the first Champions League game. So
okay.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if Mendy is injured, but to be honest, I like the choice of putting Kepa in because Mendy has been poor this season.
Woeful.
He has been poor this season, and it's not the Mendy that I saw last season that I'm looking at this season. I don't know if it's because the whole team in general or our defensive line in
Honestly,
general is not.
Mendy had started declining even, I'd say midway last season.
What is happening right now?
No. I don't know about declining.
Yeah, no,
That's we're pushing. No,
when
no,
I
no,
say
no.
declining, he was making silly mistakes
What
at
is
some points
going
last
No,
season.
no. I don't know.
No,
I don't know
he
about
was,
the whole.
Let's be honest. He was making some
I don't know about.
mistakes. Like the
I don't know
mistakes
about
he's
silly.
doing now.
I can pull up videos.
Okay, so
for
all keepers make
after
mistakes.
this.
All keepers
I
make
understand.
mistakes.
Yeah, but
that.
my
I'm
thing is,
saying
Emeka,
Refer to
what I'm
David De
saying
Gea
is what I'm
for
saying is
evidence of
silly
that.
mistakes that he wasn't making the season prior
That's
started
one.
last season.
No,
No
my whole
problem.
thing is, Emeka, my whole
Continued
thing
into
is,
this
he's not good
season.
with his feet, right?
That's
Those are
one.
like
Yes,
the Benzema
we know
goal,
that.
right? Yeah, that's what I'm
We
saying.
know
So
that.
now,
We know that.
if a manager comes in who plays from the back or expects the goalkeeper to go with his feet, do you
Mhm.
understand? Does
Mhm.
that mean that's the end of Mendy? Because Kepa is very good with his feet.
Okay, no
Do you
problem.
understand?
The
So,
Kepa is
no problem. I
listen.
disagree with that also.
Being,
I don't know when Kepa became good on his feet. He's just
He
normal.
is.
like
No,
everybody else.
Kepa is really good on
Okay,
his feet,
hold on.
bro.
Second point, please, guys. Okay, just when we started this podcast, Vic said, Thiago Silva maybe kicked the grass. He couldn't get the ball out his feet in time. Hence,
Go watch the
how.
replay. Go watch the
Yeah.
replay.
Okay.
When he
Okay.
slid,
Okay.
when he slid, his right leg got stuck in the grass. That's why he
That's
couldn't
no
kick the ball
problem.
out.
Exactly. So he's
Don't.
38 years old. Okay. So
He's
then the other
37.
third point is that if you guys are saying that age is a non-factor, all of a sudden now we're saying age is a non-factor in
I'm
football.
not saying that.
That's wild.
I'm
Okay.
not saying that.
So then I'm telling you guys right now, when anybody like if it's a Zaha, okay, if it's Alex Saint Maxim, if it's Gabriel Martinelli, anybody that catches Aspili on that right wing, if Reece James is out, is done. Aspili is
That's
done. And
That's one.
mind
That's
you,
one person on the lineup I didn't like. When I saw that, when I saw Aspi on the
exactly.
lineup,
And that's my
that's one
point.
person because
Kovacic still has legs, but what's he really doing? My point is, guy, and Aubameyang is 33 going on 34, if you ask me. Guys, with all due respect, age is actually a very big entity,
No,
especially with
Emeka,
certain players
it's
at certain
fine.
positions.
No, it's fine to have like older players in your team. It's fine to have experience. Do you
Let me
get
just get
it?
let me
Like
get the
no,
average
let's
age.
check. Thiago Silva,
Look, it
Aubameyang,
is good
and
to
who
have a
else?
certain
As
balance, man.
yeah, and Aspilicueta.
Kovacic,
I
The
don't.
rest
I
of
don't
them
know.
are
I don't
the
know.
rest
I
of
don't
them
know
are
what
young.
this. I don't.
right?
Young
Kovacic is
players. I
still
like.
he's
Like
20,
He's in his 20s. Like, what are you
27,
talking
28.
about? Like,
Yeah,
what is this old thing
Kovacic
you're
is
bringing?
not hit
Like,
30
I don't
yet.
the only
like.
old
Maybe
guys.
okay. It's like
Bali. Let me check Koulibaly's age. One sec, please. Guys, no, keep chatting
Koulibaly's
rubbish.
Koulibaly's 30
Koulibaly, I
or
believe, is
Koulibaly
31.
30
has
or
football age and
31.
has his actual
Like,
age.
I don't understand, bro. Like, what are we talking about here?
Nah, bro,
I don't
it's
think we should
okay to
waste too
have
much
older
time
people.
on
Yeah,
this age thing,
yeah,
though.
yeah,
I don't think we should waste
yeah.
too
I
much
don't.
time
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Emeka is just trying to push
Agreed.
some. Emeka is trying to push something that is
Yeah.
not necessarily
No
there. But
problem.
let's
We'll see now.
that
Chelsea
is
We'll
Chelsea
see.
has Chelsea actually has a lot of young players, so I'm not
A
really
lot.
sure
Yeah, a lot.
where this age thing has come into play, but
Okay.
it will be interesting to see what happens
yeah.
with
But
Potter going forward.
back to my
Okay.
conversation about Mendy. I to be honest, benching Mendy for that game, I agree with it because Mendy has been outside of Mendy not being good with his feet, he has been letting some silly goals going to the post, and you know I think he needed to like sit down maybe 2 games to like I don't know maybe if he's gonna start the next game against Palace because he's better with his hands than Kepa. That's for a fact. We all know that. But I don't know, making those silly mistakes and costing, just taking easy goals in the back of the post it's not meant. It's not a characteristic I've seen with Mendy. And since the beginning of the season, outside of our defense being subpar, he hasn't been up to par. You get me? So yeah, I don't think. But the way Chelsea looked in that first game, they didn't look bad. I'm not
Mhm.
saying things will change.
You're not expecting a miracle.
Everything exact. I'm not. That's not what I'm expecting. No, at least I'm seeing something that was better than what I saw the week before or beginning of the season. I'm seeing something better from the guys. They put in way more effort than they did when Tuchel was the coach. I don't know why that is.
Okay.
Every time there's a new coach, these Chelsea boys want to step up, and I don't know if they're trying to impress so that they can get
That's
playing time.
definitely, yeah.
And one more person that I'm starting to have, I don't want to say I'm starting to have issues with but it's Havertz.
Can't talk about Chelsea all day.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
been
that,
like
but
20 minutes already.
sorry, but let me just make this point. Sorry, let me just make this point. But I know it's Havertz. He's I don't know. Every time I watch him now, I feel like all he wants to do in the field is fight. He's not trying to play football anymore. All he just wants to do is fight. He's not. His passes are
Which
not
is
going
funny
through
because
his.
it was on this podcast that someone said he
I
plays like he's never
I
struggled.
I said that.
Wait, is he? So yeah, is
In
it a
life.
proper fight? Is he like fighting
No,
or
it's not
fighting?
proper fight. It's like it's just
He
Exactly.
gets up
he
in like
just
people's
yeah
face.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
this little antagonistic stuff that he just tries to
Hmm.
be doing, and it's no more football anymore. It's like just focus on the ball and play ball. Like when you're in front
Yeah.
of the post, put effort in your shot. Like don't just tap the ball and expect it stuff to go into the post. No, like
No,
you
I
can't be
think
doing that in training.
I think Havertz said what I said all the time. He's trying to prove to me that he's been on the streets. We all know he's not been on the streets. Yeah, we can move on.
But
He's trying to
but
show
yeah,
some
man,
I'm
kick
gonna
steps.
I'm gonna go
those
to
are just
you,
my points.
George, and talk about the other I would say standout game this week, which was Bayern versus Barcelona. Bayern won 2-0. What were your thoughts on that game?
Was it a
I
slow
know
night?
that
So like to be
Barcelona,
honest,
Barcelona
depends on how you define slow, but
played well. They just didn't
They
convert
did.
the chances.
They
yeah.
did.
So
They did.
that's the
They did.
thing. Like I felt like Lewandowski was a bit too emotional on his return to Munich, and he was like the chances that this guy will bank. He was not taking those chances. Like I don't know. We're just unfortunate too because Pedri got 2 good chances where he could have converted. Rafinha got a shot where I feel like on a good day he would have scored that. But my whole thing is with Lewandowski. You could tell the guy was just very emotional. You could tell on his return, like he was just like it felt like he was playing against Barcelona. That's how it felt. If I'm being honest, it felt like he was playing against us, and I've been watching him since he came to Barcelona, and he links up play. Like there was this 2v1 situation where all he had to do was lay Dembele the ball, and the guy just I don't know, he just fumbled. He couldn't give that pass. So I'm like, guy, come on, that's not the one.
I remember
But
that.
we're just unfortunate. Bayern, yeah, we got a lot of chances. We didn't convert them. Bayern just got 2 chances. They scored, which is good. But I have a feeling that if they come to the Camp Nou, we're gonna beat them. Like I know we're gonna beat them. Like it's gonna happen. Gee, yeah. But we're just unfortunate. Kudos to Bayern. They got 2 chances. They scored. There's nothing more to say to that. We'll bounce
Okay.
back. We'll definitely bounce back.
Okay. And Mecca, I feel like you are disagreeing with this just from your countenance.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was funny. If you guys remember, somebody said, "Oh yeah, Rojo is going to pick up Mane and throw him onto the floor, and it was going to be a blowout." The predictions were going crazy, and I said, "Is it going to be Mane? Is it going to be Sane?" I know you guys remember me making that statement. Then you come to find that it was Sane on the day. Another bad boy. But it is what it is. You can't be mad at them. You know what I mean? John, I think you can just take the L, man. I mean, now we're just blaming Lewandowski, pointing fingers. Yo,
I'm
you
not
guys
pointing
are.
fingers.
No,
I'm
no, no,
just
it's
saying,
cool, bro. It's cool. No, it's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it, man. I know how you feel. Anyways, but yeah, I don't think Dowski did anything particularly. Like, yeah, people missed chances here, and the other people had opportunities to score. I don't know how Dowski stopped them from scoring these ones. But yeah, no, I just thought the result was the correct one. I mean, Bayern is a very solid team, and they were at home. Home team advantage. I don't know, maybe everybody predicted Barca to win that game for some reason, but yeah, it was a good game for me to watch, man. To be honest, it was a solid game. Sadio Mane shout out, one of the best players of all time. Um, and then yeah, so that's all, man. Nothing crazy on that game. Expected outcome, and it was what it was.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to a different segment now called In the Hot Seat. And we're going to be analyzing one club and one manager. The club we're going to be analyzing is Juventus. So, Vic, I'm actually going to start with you. Juve, they finished fourth last season. Their decline has been, I'd say, gradual over the past couple of years, but this season has actually been crazy. Right now, they're sitting in eighth in Serie A. They lost to a newly promoted team yesterday, and I think they've lost both of their Champions League matches as well. What is going on in Turin?
Uh, if I tell you I know, I'm lying because I do not know. Um, they have solid players. Everyone there is a solid player. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the coach. I don't know if it's the coach. I don't know if it's the formation. I don't know if it's the tactics. I just don't know what's going on. Because they've just been outside of the other game. I think it was a 2-2 game. I think it was a 2-2 game with that. They scored and they disallowed the goal, even though that
Hmm.
was an
Oh
actual
yeah,
goal.
last that was last week.
Yeah, and I don't know. Outside of that game, I haven't seen I haven't seen anything productive from Juve. They have the players. They have the players to make runs. In the Serie A. With Inter and ACA. They have the players. I just don't know where things went wrong for them this season. To be honest, I don't know if it's from the. I don't have words to like explain. What's happening with the club. I don't know who they need to bench. For them to like kickstart this season. I don't know if it's them losing players. I don't even think they lost that much players for them to to have the start that they have this season. They're currently
Yeah,
eighth on the table, right?
yeah. I know.
Right.
Generally speaking, I know not a lot of people are watching Serie A, but I do want to say good for them. And why I want to say good for them, and I hope that they get relegated. In fact, is because of Vlahovic. Now, as you guys know, Arsenal were trying to sign Vlahovic. He did a dance with us, made us look like a bunch of bums, like we were this homeless club, like we just couldn't afford him. He was too big and too badass for us. Now he's there struggling. He's there struggling, not getting goals, not getting assists. Well, I'm sure he has goals actually, but he's not doing much for the club now because the club is sinking without a trace. They lost today to Monza of all teams. Have you guys heard of Monza? I can tell you that Monza just got promoted recently. They're 18th on the table. 18th on the table, and they beat Juve today. Juve has they're sinking with 10 points from 7 games. It's a sham.
They have 4 draws though. They have 4 draws and 1 loss.
Yeah, but they have 10
But the
points.
way they play is just hasn't
You're right.
shown that it's like they've just been losing all their games. That's just the way it seems. But to be honest, I don't know what's happening there, man.
To your
The
point,
thing is though, that many draws for a team of Juve's
That caliber, I know.
yeah,
It's a lot.
this early in the season.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Yeah,
George, go ahead.
yeah, to Emeka's point, Vlahovic is actually scoring goals, but the guy scored 4 and 6. He's doing fine.
Yeah.
He did it. He made the right career decision by rejecting Arsenal and going to Juventus, because Juventus is a bigger club, obviously. But guys, they're only 7 points from the top of the table, guys.
Yeah,
Juventus
they're
is
not.
7 points. So
No, I think it's just the form that they've been
Yeah,
in
the form
is
is-
concerning.
they're only 7
Mandem,
points.
I'm gonna come to you about this Juventus issue because you look at the players they have and then some of the players that they've now sent out on loan. They sent Arthur to Liverpool, they sent Zakaria to Chelsea. And then there's another big name that they sent out on loan this season. And then they also sold Delict to Bayern. As a big club, what do you think is going on behind the scenes that they're just getting rid of like these supposed big names from the squad?
Hey, they thought they were getting the Pogba they got when we let him go back then.
Oh well, there's
Honestly,
that too.
that's what they're thinking, man. But I'm trying to tell them that in a full season, Pogba will give them like at most 1 solid month of play. After that, it's gonna be injury after injury, and the roller coaster Pogba performance. Like, I love that dude, but if you're relying on that person to be like, okay, I have him here now, I can let this person go. I just brought in Di Maria, I can let this person go. All these players, to some extent, when they go into certain teams, they will be surplus to requirements. I'm not kidding. Forget about the name Pogba. If he goes into certain teams, he will be surplus to requirement. Same as Di Maria. I love that dude. He's played. He's done what he needs to do. But obviously, Di Maria is also growing. How he plays is not gonna be at that top level anymore as he used to. So these are people that you don't expect them to come into your team, and you let go of so many other people. You need to keep some players that have been conked over there. You have to keep them.
Yeah.
To be as like, hey, this is my wild card if something happens. This is my safety net. This is my emergency kit. You need to do that in the team. So I feel like it looks like something similar to United. Like, outside of the managing itself, it looks like the club itself is not putting things the way they are supposed to do it. Like,
they don't really know what they're doing.
To interject.
Yeah.
Like, you're going through the same thing that Barcelona went through. Like, with finances, you're going through like something similar. That's why they're selling
selling players.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's
above like the managing, and then on the field, like, things are happening in the back that will definitely come on to affect what goes on the field. So I am not too scared for the old ladies. I feel like they're a strong team. They can turn things around, and it's too early. Like, 7 points off the top of the table is nothing crazy, So I feel like they can turn things around. They can obviously still finish top 4 in the Italian league. I believe so, but I mean, you cannot.
Do you realistically think they can?
Yeah, I think so.
Only reason I say that is, I mean, just looking at the table and looking at the teams, Napoli is looking very strong this season. You've got Atalanta, who's always in the mix. AC Milan, who obviously won the league last season. Jose Mourinho's Roma, and then Inter.
Yeah, but look at the point difference between Roma and Juve.
3 points.
Exactly. It just needs one slip, and it just needs one good thing to happen for Juve. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like they can turn teams around. They can definitely do it. If someone can do that, they can. So if a team like Atalanta or Roma should be in
Udinese.
Juve's position, having that kind of problem, I wouldn't bet on them to turn it around easily like that.
True.
But for
No, that's true.
yeah, for such a presence of Juve, I would hope that they can turn things around. That's what I believe when it comes to that.
And as far as Champions League, do you think they will make it out of the group
They would not
stages?
go far
Hmm.
because yeah, they have to go back home and just go
Figure
finish
out
the
things.
dressing room job because like it, it's like how do I put this? You need to clean your room first before you step out in your flashy car and your suits and everything, right? So if you do that and come back to the garbage, once you bring your suit back into the garbage, it's gonna get fested. So that's what they need. They need to do the cleaning out in their league first. So I don't believe that they can have like a solid run in Champions League. Obviously, they're not going to make it to semifinals in Champions League. I don't feel like
Well, no,
they
I'm
can.
saying, do you think they can even make it out of the group stages at this point?
Group stages. I what I can say for Juve is I don't think they'll go far in the Champions League.
Let me see.
I don't think they'll go far because I feel like they'd have to drop, focus on the Serie A and focus on playing better football and getting some points. Top
Hmm.
four should be their goal right now.
Their goal,
Just like
yeah.
some teams that I know that, usually top four is their goal. That's like their trophy for some long time now. So yeah,
Mm. That's those are good points. Those are good points. I definitely think that their focus should be the league. I don't think it's going to be an easy year for them in the league, and we already know they're not going to go far in Champions League, so that would be silly to focus on.
I want to see.
Want
absolutely.
to go?
I want to see their
Uh,
group. I want to see who's in there.
it's them,
PSG,
PSG,
And
Benfica.
Benfica,
Benfica, and
Maccabi.
Maccabi Haifa.
Uh,
I
uh,
believe I said that
yeah,
correctly.
Mackay Haifa.
Yeah,
Haifa.
Maccabi Haifa.
To be honest, we can't. We already know PSG is going to go through. Benfica, yes, they already have 2 wins under the belt. Um, to be honest, that's they're not off, man. It's just they just need 2 games, and they can
Hmm.
they can actually take two
They can
games from
turn it
Benfica.
around.
Yeah, they can take 1 game from Benfica and 1 game from how I don't know how to say it in Haifa, but yeah,
Maccabi Haifa.
it'll be tough, but I can definitely see them doing it. To be honest, maybe after group stage, maybe around the 16, yeah, they'll be out. But yeah, it's possible they can possibly make it out of the group stage. To be honest, they're not far
It's
off.
all right. It's all right.